All right, I am live. I'm about 8 minutes early, so I'm doing a little something. So just come on in, let me know that you're out there. Let me set up the chat so I can see who's here. And I'm going to try to adjust the lighting behind me. So I'm going to work on that while you all are popping in. All righty. So let's see if we can get some light in here without it making me look really dark. Let's see what's happening. I don't think that's going to work. So I guess I'll just sit in the dark. Get situated here. I can open this one, but I don't know if that's going to add really do much. It's really strange when you have these plantation blinds. I guess I'm just going to leave them dark. Anyways, let me just make sure that I am live on my Facebook page. So let's give me a minute. Welcome if you're coming on board. Let's see, where are we? We should be on Facebook. Where is she? I don't see myself yet. All right, shall we stamp? Where are you? Oh, it says I'm live. There we go. Let's see. Include your ad. Let's get rid of that ad. All right, there we are. Okay, perfect. We are here. And I'm on mute, so that's a good thing on the phone. So, all right, we are live. That's good. Perfecto. We're good. Good, good, good. At least I got it together here, huh? Okay. All right. So I've got myself watching myself. That's a good thing. All right, let's see. What time is it? It's 11:24. And again, I look like I'm in the dark. Maybe it's just my looking, but it looks like on screen I look like I'm doing all right. So I'm going to slide this over just a tad on the camera. So come on in and we'll get started about 11-ish, 11:30-ish, probably 11:33, 11:34, depends on how long it takes people to come on board. And then we'll get started. Today is our creation anticipation. So we're going to be doing a sketch. I'm actually going to be doing 3 cards and I'll show you, I guess I'll show you the ones I've made previously. And then we will work, I'll make 3 others just to give you some different ideas of ways that we can do this. So come on in, bring your water. I don't know. I don't think you'd be drinking this afternoon. It's not even noon yet. It's only 11:30, 11:27. So, but anyways, come on board with your water, whatever it is that you like to drink. And we will get started here shortly. I'm thinking about adding a couple of things. I think I'm going to put out a survey. So if you're watching or watching on the replay, leave a comment. I'm thinking about doing, and I'm pretty confident I am, but I probably won't start it because we're going to go on vacation next month. We're going to be gone for 3 weeks. So, but my plan, I'm thinking, is doing a class around the paper pumpkin kit and making the alternative cards so that you can see how you can take the kit contents and then create so much more by adding a few sheets of cardstock and other items. So that's an idea. And then I thought about doing a kit class where it would be a private class. So you would purchase a kit through my online store, and then we would come together and work on putting our kits together, kind of more of a chatting. And that I don't know if it would make sense better to be on Zoom where everybody could see each other. I'm not sure about that. So that one I got to think about because I don't have Zoom. So I have to think about that one, but those are some of the things. So if there's any classes or things that you would like to see or take, anything that might of interest you that might be a little bit more involved, and we can do it as a paid class and make it a private thing rather than open to the public, or we can continue just to do the open public thing is fine. So give that some thought, and then you can always email me or leave a comment below if you have some ideas of what you might want to see. or you can email me if you're not comfortable with everybody seeing that. But that would help me try to put together some new things that we can work for. We got the new catalog that's going to be coming out early May, so that would be a great time for me to get all of our the changes done. However, um, it probably won't go into effect for me until June, only because we're going to be gone from April 22nd, coming back, I don't know, 3 weeks from there, so middle part of May. So anyways, we'll think about that. Let's talk about that a little bit when others come on board, and then just leave me some comments or email, whichever is easier for you all. That would be perfect. So, all right, let's see, what time is it? It's 11:28, so we got a few more minutes. And then we'll get started. But I just want to throw that out there. I thought that, having the new catalog coming out is a great time to make changes and add some additional classes. Excuse me, my nose is itching. To make some additional classes that we could do. So that's something that we need to think about. Okay, so if you're out there, make sure if you choose to leave a comment. I do have the chat box open, so I can see your comments. If you want to leave any or not, that is fine. So welcome everyone, and we'll get started. We've got probably in about 4 minutes or so. So I'm thinking, because we're doing the sketch class, and sketches can be as easy or as hard as you want them to be, and I'm keeping these pretty easy to do, so sometimes less is more. So I don't think we'll spend more than 30 minutes or so you'll be done probably around lunchtime or shortly thereafter if you're on the East Coast. If you're out west, let's see, what is it, 8:30 your time? We'll be done by 9 o'clock, and you can have your breakfast if you haven't already. But we'll get started here in just a few minutes. So if you're out there, welcome. If you'd like to leave a comment, I do have the comments on. I will, when we get done with this, I will move a copy of this over to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't watched the video from last week, I would say to probably fast forward to about the 10 to 11 minute mark. I went on early, was trying to get the sound right and all of that. So you're not sitting there watching me do all that mess. Then you can just fast forward that probably, I think it might be 12 minutes, but I do at least 10 to 11, and that'll get you close. And then you can kind of go a little bit further along, so you don't have to sit there and listen or watch me try to figure out the sound thing. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I thought I had to be on as myself, so I'd always invite myself as a guest, but I can film this using my camera, and I don't need to be on twice. So I'm watching this on my Facebook Live, so that way I can see what's taking place, and then all I need to do is just adjust my camera when we get ready to start stamping. So I think this might make it a little bit easier. I thought about, hey Jan, how are you, from Wisconsin? How's the weather out in your neck of the woods? We're going to be at 80 today in Fort Myers, Florida. But I thought about, I just lost my train of thought now. That figures, how you get older and you start getting forgetful. Anyways, I'll come back with that in a minute, but welcome. Hope everything's going well. Oh, I was talking about the last week's video. I was going to try to stream this to YouTube as well, but I thought, haven't done that yet with this new software program that I'm working with. So I'll just upload it to YouTube later today. It's not any big deal. So, but welcome. This again, if you're just joining, we're going to be using a sketch today. We're going to make 3 easy cards. Sometimes I like to go back to the basics. It's very helpful, especially if you're a beginner or somebody that's just starting out and you don't want to feel overwhelmed. And those of us that have been doing this for a long time, then we can take it up a notch and dress it up however we want. And it's always nice sometimes just to go back to the basics. So again, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, we probably will be done in 30 to 35 minutes. So we won't take the whole hour, I don't think, unless I talk too much. So, but that's typical. But hopefully not, because I've got everything out and prepared. I do want to show you some, Stampin' Up. Most of you are aware that we bought Close to My Heart, which is a scrapbooking company. And so we've been incorporating more scrapbooking. We used to do it and then they kind of got away from it. And now we're doing, but one thing I will tell you is if you're online and you're looking and there's so much stuff that's online that's not in the catalogs, then my recommendation, because I have found I'm missing out as well. We have online exclusives, and then we have the scrapbooking world. And in that scrapbooking world, there are workshop kits, if you will. So you can use them for scrapbooking or making cards. So the easiest way I think for you all to find it is when you go on to the store, and I think on the left-hand side, you should see a column that lists all of the different sections. So if you click on pattern paper, that should bring up everything that's that we carry. And that would include the online exclusives as well as scrapbooking. Now you can type in scrapbooking and it's going to bring up all the scrapbooking kits, but there's paper that's scattered throughout, pattern paper that's scattered throughout those kits too. So that's where I found some that I saw somebody else using and I went, where is that? I've never seen that before. So I started searching and that's where I found it. So don't forget when you're searching to look at the scrapbooking / memory keeping and or look at pattern paper, and that should bring up everything. And then online exclusives, they're coming out with stuff every so many months, so you don't want to miss out on that either. So we do have the catalog coming out early May. I will put a link in my newsletter coming out on Tuesday. I'll do a form, so if you're interested and you're not working with a demonstrator, then you can sign up and I'll send you a catalog free of charge. If you are working with a demonstrator, then I do ask that you get your catalog from them because we do pay for those. But it's my storefront. So if you're not working with somebody, then I will mail that to you for free. So that is something that's the main catalog. So our in colors will be going away, which is the boho blue. Oh my gosh, I think it's wild wheat and those colors. And we'll have 5 new ink colors that will be coming in. So we'll keep that in mind as well. Okay, let's see. It is 11:34, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to, hey, Phyllis Potter, how are you? I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera down to the tabletop, and I'll just do a little bit of housekeeping, and then we'll go ahead and get started on using our sketch. So bear with me just a minute. I'm going to flip this camera down. Bear with me. I got to flip it so it's not going backwards. And I'll get that hopefully where y'all can see it. And we've got enough light. Hope that works. Okay. Just a reminder, if you, now the host code is going away. So this is only going to run through April 15th is when this host code goes away. In the meantime, if you place a $35 order in my store, now this will start, you won't have to use the host code, but if you place an order through my online store for $35 by the following Sunday, which would be the Sunday coming up, then I will mail you the kits for the cards that we do free of charge. And also, if you place a $50 order or more, then you will also receive the kits plus a free embellishment. Now, I get notified when you shop with me through Stampin' Up, and it takes about a day or so for me to get that email. Pardon me. So once I receive that, I'll get your kits prepared, and then I'll put those in the mail to you. Starting in the 15th of April, every time you place I think it's a $25 order. I think last week I mentioned 50 and it's 25. If you place a $25 order, then you're going to get a 10% credit that you can accumulate, and those credits have to be used within a year. Okay. Now, if you aren't able to place your own orders, I order for several customers. I will get the credits, but I will in turn gift those to you based on your purchase price. And then those credits are only good for 90 days. So just keep that in mind. So going forward, that starts April 15th. If you haven't set up your new online account with Stampin' Up, then I encourage you to do that. So go to my online shopping store, and then you're just going to sign in, set up a new account. If you already have an account, then you just need to make sure it's open and active and all of that. Okay. All right. So with that being said, we'll put this aside and we're going to get started. All right. So here we are using our sketch today. Now, this is a basic sketch. This is a challenge thing that I participate in, but it gives you the idea that we're going to take our cardstock and then we're going to cut either cardstock or paper here of a different color. These are embellishments, and then we're going to take another piece. Either way, you can do cardstock and um, designer paper, whichever, and have it go this way. And then this would be your sentiment or focal point or whatever you want that to be. So it's pretty easy. So I'll give that a minute if y'all, and you can always come back to the video if you want to take a picture of that. That's fine. But this is what I'm working with. So let me show you 2 cards, and then we're going to make 3 more. And I'm keeping them very simple. Oh, wait a minute. Let me hang on a minute. Let me bring this back. I'm going to leave this right here so y'all can see it. All right, so here's one of the cards that I did. Now, keep in mind, y'all, when you look in the online store, there are the Memory and More cards, and they consist of 4x6 cards and 3x4 cards. Keep in mind that these, you can get a pot load of cards by using these. Now, I've already created a whole bunch of cards with this set, and this is the mixed media, so it's a lot of flowers. But look at all of this. This is what I still have left. And it also comes with 4 sets of sticker sheets, okay? So you've got sticker sheets, which makes your card making so much easier. And it's double-sided, so you can trim these up to create whatever cards. And then you've got all these little guys that you can use. It's got various sayings on them and what have you. So keep that in mind. It's very inexpensive, and you can get a lot of cards made if you choose to go that route. So that's what I'm using here, and I'm going to use another set when we get started. So this is on a piece of thick basic white, and I took one of the 4x6s, and I cut it by 2 inches and by 5 1/4, and I placed that sheet right here. Pardon me. Then I just took a 1/4 inch of garden green cardstock, and I made that 4 inches by 1/4, and that's what I placed right here. So that's going to be that part of the sketch, right? Put it down here. And then this is one of those 3x4 cards. I just left it like that. This is a sticker, and this is a sticker. So I placed those on there, and then you probably can't see, but I've got 3 lightly pink embellishments right there. So that's my sketch compared to this picture. Now see how easy it is? Now, when I cut this in half, before I cut in half, I cut off 3/4 of an inch, and then I cut that down. No, I left it 3/4. And then I just put that on the inside of the card. So there's no waste. Okay. So there's one of the cards that I created based on our sketch using the Memories and More mixed media cards. Okay. Excuse me. And then this is one, pardon me. Let me get a drink of water. I apologize. All right, this is one that I made using our paper pumpkin kit, Hello Spring. So this one, I took a basic white, and then I did a piece of basic white that I ran through an embossing folder, just to give you an idea. It's one of the newer ones. I don't remember the name. I should have brought that out there. This is one of the cardstock pieces from the paper pumpkin. I cut it in half and then cut a piece out. So I placed that here, which is kind of like this in a way. I've got this piece going down here, which would be similar. So you can see how it looks very similar to this challenge. So I put this piece would be that technically, and then this one is the one that goes behind. Then I just took some of the cutouts from the pumpkin and popped those up on dimensionals and stamped using To a Wonderful Friend. And then I added some embellishments along the side. So you can see how it's similar to that sketch, but you can, you can make it however you want. So you just use this as a starting point and then, move on from there. So those are the 2 that I've made so that y'all can see what we're going to do. All right, now we're going to move on. I'm going to move this out of the way. Actually, we can leave it right there so y'all can see it. Okay, so we're going to move on, and I'm going to come in with another set of the mixed media. And let's see, what am I doing? Oh, these are more, I've just got so many here. I just don't know what to do with them. But I do need to pull in some sentiments. So I'm going to also use some of the sticker sheets in here. So let me pull those out. And I think we'll do a birthday one. Because you never have enough birthdays, right? Okay. So here we go. Now, and then the other two cards we're making not from these cards, okay? All right, so I'm using a base of basic white. It's 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to bring in my bone folder, and we're going to give this a good crease. And this is a nice thing, is there's not a whole lot of cutting and stamping when you use these Inferia packs. I always get confused on how you say it, ephemera packs, or in this case, we're using the mixed media Memories of More cards. All right, so I did the same thing. I took a base, this was 4 by 6, and I cut it down. And I believe I cut this is cut at the 2 inches, so it's very similar to what I did before. So we're going to lay that right there. Isn't that pretty? It's got some gorgeous colors to it and everything. And then there's the back side. It had some writing on it. And let me make sure my glue is going to cooperate. I had to start squeezing this guy really hard, and then it squirted out. Here we go. So it's got both sides, so you can always pick which side of the kit, of the card piece that you want to use. But this, again, I'm just showing you how quick and easy it is to make these cards, not only using the sketch, but also by using some of our Memory More card kits. All right, so there's that. And then I've got this piece here that is petaled pink, and I'm going to lay that down. I think I'm going to leave it that width there, and I'm going to make that one a little bit, and then I'll cut it off. I did, this was a scrap from something else that I had embossed. So I'm going to run this from edge to edge. I think I'm just going to run it from this edge to this edge. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and then I'll just trim the excess off. That way, I like to do that, not waste as much, but I like to do that because I don't want when I cut it, it may be shorter than what I actually need. And then let's move this up just a little bit. And then it doesn't go all the way to the edge of the card. So I usually just cut it like that. And then I'll take my paper snips. And you can see I've got a little excess glue on there, but that's right. We're just going to trim this right off. So again, it's just another quick and easy way. Just get on the edge. I don't cut my cardstock. And I just cut my cardstock. That's all right. We can live with that. We'll cover that. No one's going to notice it. Well, they will a little bit, but that's okay. I'll fix it. All right, so there's that. You can see I don't get stressed. You don't get stressed over stuff like this. Now, this is a card base. This is how this 3x4 is designed. It already has those pretty flowers on it. And this is the back side. So it coordinates, but we wouldn't want to do that because that'd be too busy. But if you wanted to use this for a celebration or something, or a birthday, you could actually use that and then change up that paper. So I'm going to set this right here. Again, we're just doing very simple, not anything fancy. And I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. And then from that, we will, let me find my dimensionals. And then we'll add our sentiment. So this one again is a pretty easy one. So I'm just going to place, I like to put on the 3x4s. I like to put 6. I like to put 3 on each side. So that way we know it's going to hold down. All right. And we've got that. Move that up there just for a second. And let's peel these off. I got glue on my fingers from the, all right. This is what you're supposed to do. If you don't have take your pick tool, push your fingernails down and it pops right off. Okay. And then I'll move these little guys into the trash can, which is over here on the floor. Okay. So we're going to put this on here. And I'm going to try to make it somewhat centered, but I'm going to leave a little space from the left side here. So I'm going to place that right there. And then I'm going to pull a, Do I want just a note? Let's see. Or do I want a happy birthday? I don't think I'm going to have room for the happy birthday, though I could have it hanging. Oh, let's do it like that. What do we do? Why don't we do like that? Let's see. Do we want the birthday up here? Or do we want, let's do it up here. I think that'll be fine. Let's kind of tilt it. We can bring that down, or I could tilt it over here. Oh, let's do it like that. Or is that's too busy. Oh, all right, here you go. This is the part that takes forever. All right, let's just put it just like that. We're going to do it just like this. We'll just make a happy birthday right there. All right. And then the next thing we just add, we need to add our embellishments. So let's see what colors we have. And let's do I want to use these or do I want to use some others? Let me think. Let's see. Let's go with these. We've got some green. Why don't we put a couple of green? Let's see what this looks like. That might show up. Let's put a green. No, you know what? Let's don't do that. Let's put one there inside that flower. And then we're going to put one right here. And then we'll just, these are the tiny ones. And then we're going to put, I'm just going to put 3. Whoops, I don't have them exactly in a row. Let me move this guy over. All right, there we go. Look how easy that was. There's our card. And then you can write your message on the inside, do whatever you want. See how easy that was using these card packs? All right, so there's one of our cards. We'll put that one right there for the moment. All right, let me move these out of the way. Now we're going to come in with, which one do we want to do? Let's do, all right, this one, let's go with this one, and then I'll show you the birthday, the scrapbooking kit we'll do next. Okay, this is using, now this is the retired, I just received the last thing in my celebration. This is this free celebration paper, the fruit, and I just opened it today. So this is what we're using. So just keep that in mind. I need a welcome card because I do send cards to our neighbors that move into our community. And so I'm using a retired stamp set, which is welcome words, just to let you know. This thing is older than, I don't even know how old it is, but that's what we're going to work with because I need a welcome card. All right. So I'm using a piece of basic thick white again. Oops, sorry. Get that over there. We're going to fold this in half. All right. And give it a good burnish. And then I'm going to use the pineapples because doesn't pineapples represent welcome, right? So we're going to take that. Oh, I guess I needed to bring my paper trimmer over here, didn't I? Because I didn't cut my paper. All right, so let me move some stuff out of the way. And we'll use the guillotine. Now I'm going to do it this way. So again, I think I'm going to do this at the 2 inches. You can go out a little bit further, but I kind of like having the little offset there. So I think I'll cut this at 2 inches. So bear with me 1 second while I cut this real quick. We're going to cut this at 2 because that's going to give us a 4-inch piece, right? And then this is 6 inches. So I'm going to cut this down. I know you can't see me. To whoops, I don't want to cut I almost cut the top of my pineapple off. My paper cutter is on the other side of the room. My tabletop one. All right, so this is what we're doing. We're going to put that little pineapple piece right there. Isn't that cute? I just think that's adorable. And then the back of this paper, I'm going to cut again. Bear with me 1 second. Let me see. I don't have enough on that one. We're going to cut I'm going to do a 3/8 of an inch. Wait a minute, that's not what I want. Let's see, we're at 4. Let's do a 1/2 inch. Now the back side of this paper is the actual pineapples, the pineapple slices. So I'm going to use that for my crossbar. Okay, so we're going to do that. So let's glue this down. See what I mean? How easy this is? It's just very simple if you're just keeping it, mainly for the basics. So let's go ahead and add some adhesive to the back of this. And again, these sketches are perfect if you just are having, a moment, you can't think of what to do, then this just gives you the starting point. It's a jumping off spot. And then you can go from there and do whatever you want, right? Okay. And then this, now this is the part I need to think about here because our welcome, I want to put my little piece right here. And my welcome is going to be pretty large. So I'm not sure. I might have to think about that. So give me just a minute. Let's stamp our welcome. And I think I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to stamp this in early espresso. I'm going to come back and add this in just a minute. I'm going to think about this because I really, now that I look at this, I wasn't thinking all the way through, but that's all right. Let's move this paper out of the way because we need to have room here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do this in early espresso because I think that will look good with those pineapples. All right, and then we're going to fussy, I think I might fussy cut this. We'll see. Let's stamp that. Okay. There we go. Well, that's some dark early espresso, isn't it? All right, so let's put that back up there. We'll move this over to the drawer where the cleaning thing is with my scrubber. Okay, now we have to decide. Now, again, keep in mind that this is going to be a little bit different, but it's given me a starting point, right? So there's that part here. Now I'm thinking I think I'm going to fussy cut this out. And then I'm going to apply this piece somewhere around here. I'm not quite sure where. And I may just add a strip to the side. So we'll see. I think I'm going to cut this and give it a little bit of, so it's not so squared, if you will. So I'm just going to start here and do a little fussy cutting. This might take a few minutes, but just to give it something a little different look so it doesn't look so, everything is straight and all of that. So we'll just do a little bit like this and come up. Now, some people enjoy fussy cutting. It's not my favorite thing to do. I'm not that good at it, I don't think, but it's kind of fun when you get done and see what you're doing, right? So I'm just going to come up and just kind of go along with what the artist has done as far as the lettering. So we'll just come around, and I'm not going to go in real deep, but I do want it to look like we are making some, looks like we are doing a little bit of curly cueing. Now I'm going to cut this off because I'm trying to maneuver. So again, you just want to kind of, some people really enjoy fussy cutting. I guess if you do it enough, it might be enjoyable, but I just always feel like I'm not doing it as well as it should be done. So, but I thought this is just a different way to show off your stamp or your sentiment or whatever. So there you go. All right, so we're going to get through this W, and we'll come up just a little bit here, and then we'll come back around, and we'll cut into that little guy there and come over, and we'll come back around, and then we'll be good. See, so it's really not that difficult, but it does take a little bit of time to do this. Okay, there we go. So this will get thrown away. All right, so so now I'm thinking, since I have this here, which is going to be this part, right? I do need something else down here, but I think I need a bigger piece. So I think what I'm going to do is just place, I'm going to do a bigger, maybe at 1 inch on here, and then I'm going to place that on top. So let's do that. Let me cut an inch off, and let me do 1.5 inches just to make sure I've got it big enough. Let's see. Yeah, let's do 1.5 inches. So I'm going to cut this. Bear with me. Yeah, I think that will work. And I might cut it down. I think that'll look nice. I'm going to put it down here where it doesn't quite cover. I want to leave the pineapple. So I think I'm going to bring it like this. And then we'll just trim this off. So I'm going to cut this a little bit, like right here, and then we'll trim it after we cut it, after we put it on here. So let's put that right about here. We'll let the pineapple top show on the one side, and I'm going to go edge to edge. So let's go ahead and do it that way. And again, it's just to show you what you can do using this template and not always having to do it exactly. I'm going to put this in this a little bit below center, And I'm going to go edge to edge, but I do want that part of my pineapple top down here to show. So let's just bring this right about here and make sure we get that straight. Let's bring this up to the edge here. There we go. And then that looks crooked, doesn't it? You know what it does? It looks like, and maybe it's deceiving. Maybe I didn't have it straight in the trimmer. This is at 1 5/8. No, it's the same. It sure looks like it, doesn't it? I guess because of the lines are going a little cattywampus. All right, so let's cut this little piece off. There we go. We'll get that out of the way. We'll throw this one away. And we'll keep this. We're going to put this on the inside. I think I'll put it right here on the edge of the card. Kind of gives it the, yeah, I think I'd rather, maybe we'll do the pineapple strips. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then you can stamp something. I'm just going to place this right here, and I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. I know it kind of looks plain Jane, but you know, we could have made that, I could have moved this over some and put it in the center. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And then we'll just use this one. And then I can use this when we have people move in. We do a gift basket. And let me see if I put that there. And then I need to get a little dimensional. 1 second, so I can find my babies. And put some little ones right in the smaller places that we don't want to be seen. So we'll put one there, and we'll put one right there. This guy, I think he's good. Let's move him over. All right, so let's take these off. All right, I can get my fingers on there. Put these little guys over here, and then I'll clean those up in just a minute. All right. So again, you see how easy it is. You can really just whip up some cards. And I'm going to place that right there. And in this case, I'm just going to add a few of these along the, and I'm going to place them, I'm going to go with the darker ones. And these are the neutral adhesive back sequins. So I'm thinking I can just put one here, and it kind of goes with the color. And we'll just put 3 of these. I'm just going to do 3, and I'm going to do the same size. All right, so we'll just put them like that. And then there is a basic welcome card. And again, I could do something with that, but I want to keep it simple. But isn't that cute? And then let's go ahead and do this. Let's just add this to the bottom of the inside. So I'm going to cut that, at least get this much off of it. And then we'll trim it up. So let's add this to the inside. All right, so what are y'all thinking? I think it's it. I like using these sketches. I think they're fun. All right, and then we have a birthday card coming up, and that'll be nice. All right, so we're going to put that all the way to the bottom, bring it all the way to the edge, and then I'll trim that piece off right there. And then that carries our pumpkin theme, all the pineapple theme all the way from the front through the back. Now, isn't that cute? So there you go. We've got pineapples to welcome. And I might add later, I'm not going to do it now, but I have welcome. I may use the stamp and put to your home, welcome to your new home or something to that effect. And I could stamp that right there. All right, so there's the second card that we've done. All right, give me 1 second. Let me move this out of the way. All right, now we're going to do some watercolor pencils. I'm using the cupcake here from the Circle Sayings. Now this is retired. And I'm also using the stamp set, the sentiment from the Layering Leaves, and this is in the current catalog. All right, so that's where I'm getting my sentiments from. Now, let me show you when I was talking to you about the scrapbooking kits. Let me just show you real quick. This is one, and I actually made some Easter cards with this for my class that I taught the other day. All right, this is the Wildflower Birthday. Now this is got all of the materials to do 3 2-page layout scrapbooking pages. So they're 12 by 12. Now look at this paper. And I'm using this for card making. So you can see you've got some green seafoam checks, and then you've got this little party looking thing there. Now let me open this up. I'm just going to slide it out so you can see a little bit of the colors. And I think this was, and don't hold me to this, I want to say it was $54. But look at this paper. We're going to use this piece. That's some flowers. And doesn't it look like that would be perfect for like a baby card? We're going to use that too. Birthday, here's birthday cakes, 2 of each. The flowers, 2 of each. The polka dots, 2 of each. These things, everything you get is going to be 2 of each color. So these are all one-sided. They're not two-sided paper. So this is just color on one side. And there's some that kind of looks like a Lost Lagoon-ish color. And then we've got 2 sheets of, these are all 12 by 12 of like a pink color. We've got an orangish color. And then we've got, I think there's 4 basic white or whisper white sheets in there. And then it also comes with 2 12 by 12 sheets of stickers that you can pop out. So that is a bargain. So if you have a lot of cards to make, I would highly suggest that you look at the scrapbooking kits because it gives you really more bang for your buck. Okay. All right. So we are going to make a birthday card, and here are my supplies. So let's see how this goes. It looked good in my head. So, and we're going to use watercolor pencils. I haven't done that in a while. So we'll do some watercoloring, and let me pull in one of my blending brushes because we want to use one of, not blending, but yeah, they're blender pens, I should say, not a brush. And let me get it out of here because I've got one somewhere, but I don't know where it is, but we'll just use one of these. Okay. All right. Again, I'm used to using basic thick white, 5.5 by 8.5. Everything's the same size. I'm doing them in the portrait mode. So that's what we're going to do with that. And again, we're using the sketch. Let me get my bone folder and give this a good burnish. All right. Now I've cut a piece here. Now this is going to be, I'm going to use this piece and I'm going to cut this down. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. Let's see, that's going to be from a sentiment. I think I'm going to do, like, put this, let me think about this for a minute. There's our pink. This one is going to be, I don't think I'm using this one. All right, I think I'm going to put this one to go, nope, I want it to go this way. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to place this one here. So I'm going to do it a little bit backwards. Okay. This piece is measured at 2 5/8 by 4. So I'm going to place that there. So mine's going to be somewhat similar to the sketch, but not exactly. All right. So I'm going to put this piece here. And then I'm thinking, because I really like this paper, I'm going to place this this way. And I had this in my head before I got started. Now these we're going to color. I didn't put them on here because I didn't want the ink to go through and you can see the back side of it. So I'm going to color these with the watercolor pencils, and then I'm going to pop those out. And I'm thinking, I don't want that one. I think I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to make it thicker this way. And then I'm going to put a cupcake there and a cupcake down here. And then we're going to do a circle for our sentiment. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Now this could have been longer, but I wanted to keep it a little bit shorter just for something different. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this up on this side here. And this is the back side of that paper. Okay. And we're going to put that right about there. All right, now this piece, wouldn't this be cute for like a baby shower or something like that, or a newborn, you know? I'm gonna put this right here. I just thought that would be cute. Now, obviously with the pink, it's gonna be more feminine. So let me just cut off a little bit right there, and then we'll glue this down. And this is the back side. Isn't that a pretty paper? Last Tuesday, if you haven't seen it, I showed you how to do a cross card, and I made it into an Easter card. So if you haven't watched that video, go back and check that out. It's a really cute card. It folds flat to go in a box. I mean, to go in an envelope. And it's very easy to make. It looks a lot harder, but it's really not. I teach classes here in my community for the seniors. And I have one gentleman who lives in assisted living, and he comes every class, and I'm telling you what, that man does everything you tell him to do, and he's done before everybody else. It's amazing. And he's 80. Oh my gosh. I think he just turned 86. All right. So there's that. So kind of in the same way of what we've done here, right? Now let's do some coloring on this, and then we'll do our sentiment. So I'm going to color the cupcakes, and I'm just going to pull out some colors here. So let me get my pencils on this side for now. And since we're doing pink, I'm going to use the Melon Mambo, and I'm just going to start coloring the top of our frosting. I'm going to make it pink, and I'll come back in and adjust this. I'm going to make it a little bit darker, but I just want to get the colors in here first. If you haven't seen our watercolor pencils, these are very easy. They come, there's two sets, I should say. One comes with, I think there's 13. And then the other one I think has like 7 or 8, maybe 8, because that makes more sense, doesn't it? So I'm just going to do a little bit of coloring here on my frosting. And then I'm going to come in when we get done. We're going to use our blender that's got some liquid in it that's going to smooth out all of these lines. So I'm going to make that. Now I'm going to come in and try to make the bottom part. That is our frosting. So I'm going to make the cake like a yellow cake. So I'm going to color right down in here the yellow. Yellow cake thing. And then we get to color our cupcake tin or whatever. So why don't we do, since we have blue, we have some orange in there, we've got some green. What if we do blue? Is that going to be too colorful? Let's see. I'm going to color. What do you think of that blue? That might be a little light. That might be a little much. What about we do turquoise? And that's going to be a little bit more green. I don't think we want that. We could do a gray. I don't think we want gray. Let's do, what color is this? We could do green. No, I don't want green. Let's go with the blue. I'll just do it light. Oh, you know what? I guess, well, I'll color both of them. All right. So we're just going to come in here with the blue. And you can add, make your lines. We'll come back and do some highlighting. I'm just going to try to color these pretty quickly. So I'm not keeping you here all day. All right, so we're just going to go through and color these pretty quickly, and then I'll come back and add some emphasis to the shading. So we're just going to come in and color. Do y'all like to color? I love to color. I have a couple of coloring books that I use with my watercolor pencils. It's fun to do. And again, keep in mind, I'm going to come back and adjust. I'm going to do a little bit darker where some of these shadowing are, where the lines come in for the creases of the cup, the tin or whatever you call it, I'm not sure. And we'll just do that. And then I'll come back and adjust these, and we'll get that. And that will smooth out some of these. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this one. So we'll just get some coloring in here. And then I bought years ago, I bought pencil sharpeners that I use strictly for my watercolor pencils. All right, so we're just going to color this in. And I just thought this would be cute to have the cupcakes on the side. So we'll just try to get this going here. All right, and then again, we'll come back and just do a little bit of emphasis on some lines here, just to give it some depth. And I got glue on my finger, so it's not letting me move my brush. I mean, my pencil. Get that in there. Okay. All right, let's come back. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to make them the same color. Same color cupcakes. And then we'll come back and we'll do our, and I'm going to go back and make those darker at the top, and we'll just color these in. And then I'll fussy cut these out, and we'll attach those to our card. All right, and well, I said I thought we'd be done in 35 minutes, but I kind of looks like I've told a fib because we're still going. It might be till 12:30, but we're almost done here. All right, so let me just come back up here and just do some emphasis on these. All right, that, and we'll do it here. Okay. All right. Now let's put these away. And then we're going to come in. Here's my blending one. I keep one in my brush in my box all the time. All right. So all you do is take this, and we need a scratch piece of paper. Let me grab one. All right, we'll use this little scrap right here. So once you do your, it's got some liquid in it. And you see how it's changing the color, it's smoothing everything out. So once you get it the way you want it with that particular color, we'll come down here and do the same thing. Then we're going to clean this off on a piece of scrap paper before we go to our next color. So you just want to wipe it. Now these come 3 in a pack, so it's a pretty good bargain. I don't recall what the cost is, but you can find them in my online store. So I'm just going to smooth out the yellow. Now see how quick that is? We'll just do that there. And then I'm going to come in and do the blue. And this helps to make the pencil, you don't see those pencils. See how it changes? See, and we're going to cut this out, but you just want to make sure you don't go outside the edges either. But look at that. See how that adjusts the penciling and really makes that color pop? And that's okay, because we're going to, I'm going to fussy cut these out. So I'm just going to come down here. Look at that. You're getting 2. You're getting a technique and a sketch class. All right, I think that's good. So look, we'll clean that off until it comes clear, and then put it back. And this is what I always do. I just keep it in with my box. That way I know I always have it. All right, so there's that. If you buy these through me, I will send you this little thing that you can put in a case to put them in. Okay, so let's fussy cut these, and then we can get this, our sentiment going. And then let me just chop this off here. And then we'll get this card finished up. So I'm just going to come around and cut this one. But isn't this, again, it's just an easy way to make quick cards. And we'll make this a birthday. So somebody's going to get a nice birthday cupcake card. And we'll cut over like that. And then we'll do this one as well. And we'll just come up, and then I can cut that little piece right off right there where I went outside of the lines. All right. Okay, we'll come around. Come back around here and come straight down. And I'm going to round these just, whoops, didn't mean to cut it all the way like that, but here we go. I guess we'll better make it even. All right, there we go. So there's our cupcakes that we'll add. Now, I didn't do this. This is just, the blue's probably not going to go as well as it, but it's okay. It's a cupcake. So I'm thinking that we'll put the cupcakes here. I think I'm going to lay these flat because we are going to pop up the sentiment. And we're going to stamp that on a piece of basic white. Now, let me find my sentiment. Here it is over here. And I put on here, so happy. This is going to be the so happy to celebrate you. Now, the question is, what color do we want to I'm thinking maybe we do the melon mambo so it kind of sticks with the pink theme and we can lighten it up. We can stamp off because that's petal pink. Let's do melon. Let's see what that looks like. And if it doesn't look right, then we'll just, we'll do it again. All right, so I'm going to stamp, I'm going to ink up my stamp and then we'll glue those down in just a minute. I'm going to stamp off. So I'm going to stamp once and we'll see if it looks better. Stamped off or stamped, let's see. I like that one because I think that's going to be much lighter to go with that and won't be so, so much of a distinct color. All right, and then I'm going to use the circle punch, and this is a 2-inch circle punch, and that's going to be perfect. Look at that. Is that straight? I think that looks good. So let's get it cut. My little thingy comes out all the time. Put that back in there. All right, so look at that. See the difference? If you stamp off, look at the color. There's regular, and there's when we stamped off. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so let's glue these guys down. I think we should put them on just flat. I don't think we want to, well, you know, that's going to be popped up. Do we want to pop those up? Oh, why not? Let's pop them up. Can't hurt anything, right? Okay, so let's get our dimensionals over here and then our dots. So let's go ahead and pop up our, we'll pop up our, just when you mail something, when you've got stuff popped up like this, just put a piece of cardstock over top of it for the mail. That way it doesn't get rejected and has to go manually and then you get charged more money. So let's just put that right about there. And then we'll do this one. We'll place that one right here. And then we'll pop up our sentiment. And we'll put 3 on here. All right. And then we're going to add, now we could put some twine. Why don't we do that? We probably should put, let's put some twine behind it just to give it, I probably should have done that before I stuck the glue on there, or the adhesive. Actually, I have some of this left over from the paper pumpkin. Now let's do a beige, if I can find the beige twine. Hang on a minute. It's in here. It's in the drawer. We don't want cream. That's kind of a gray. Where is my beige? Oh, it's hiding in the back of the drawer. All right, let's pull some of this out and let's just, we'll see if we can make a, I'm going to use my seal. I'm going to try to get in between the dimensionals because I'm going to add the adhesive. I mean, put the adhesive down and then I'm going to try to loop or make a bow. I think that'll work. Okay, so let's just pull some down. I'm going to make a bow and we're going to make a big one so that we can pull it through and have it kind of laying underneath. So let's do that. And I'm not the greatest. I've got a bow maker and I need to pull it out and use it, but we want to make this big because we want it to hold, to show. We don't want quite that big, I don't think. Let's see. Get it like that in the center. Let's try that and see what happens. Cut that down and we can trim this off. Let's see. All right, there's the top of my card. So we'll do this at an angle. Now, y'all might be better at this than I am. I always struggle trying to do this curly Q stuff because I don't seem to always do it the right way. I don't know if there's a right whatever. All right, let me pull my little tails down this way so they'll stick. And then this one, I'll pull him down here too. Let's see what that looks like. I think that'll be fine. This one's a little cattywampus. He wants to turn, so let's lay him down because he's not on the glue either. There we go. And then I'll trim up the tails. I don't think I need to trim them up. All right, there we go. Did I take those off? I did. All right, so let's put that right there. I'm going to put it kind of centered. And then let's just cut one of the tails just a little bit shorter. Not too short, but I don't want to hang it over. All right. So there's that. And then we've got this little strip. So let's go ahead and add that to the inside of the card. Whoopsie, look at me. I'm throwing all sorts of stuff around. So let's just make this easier. Let's just put a little strip right there. How's that? Oh yeah, I'm just dropping stuff left and right. Okay, so we're going to lay this right here on the inside. So we have that inside. And we could have put it down the edge if we wanted. Could have done that down the edge a little bit. All right, so we've got that in there. I like to decorate the inside of my cards because you just never know, right? You want to make them look pretty. All right, so there's that. Now we just need to add some other embellishments. Now we have these, we have the light pink and we have this color. I think these will pop. So let's just put, let's do 3 of these. So I'm gonna put one there. And again, you can see how this is working. And we'll put that right there. And there's our last card. So there you go. Now look at that compared to the sketch. Pretty nifty, huh? And I do like the cupcakes like that. All right, so there you go. Let me pull in the other cards that we've done. And let me move some of the stuff out of the way here. All right, so here's our welcome card. All right, so there's our welcome card. And there's our sketch. Let's get this all together so we can see everything. I'll pull this down so it's in the camera. All right, and then here's our 3rd card that we did. And then here are the other 2 cards that I made previously, just to show you the different options of how you can put all of this together. All right, what do y'all think about that? Hopefully you've enjoyed this. And don't forget about the Memory and More cards that you can purchase through my online store, which will get you all of these that you'll be able to make, like these 2 right here. You can make some quick, easy cards. But there you go. That gives you an idea of what you can do using a sketch and how you can change that sketch up just enough to make it simple or take it up a step or 2. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you taking time from your Saturday morning to watch. If you need anything, please reach out. If you have any comments, please leave those below. Make sure you share the video with your friends and family. And below the video, there is a link with information to my other social media sites, as well as a link to my online store. So if you need to purchase any supplies, then click that button and it will take you right there. All right. Thank you again, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye now.